welcome back to my Flosstube channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Melanie. I live in Royal Oak, Michigan, and I love to cross stitch. So this is my space on the internet where I come and I share all of my stitchy progress with people I know who are going to appreciate it. So thanks for joining me. We are going to start with the giveaway. I'm so excited about this. In my last episode, I offered a giveaway for one of each of my patterns. We've got Honey Bunny, the Perfect Pumpkin, and Mary Mary. And I had you guys enter a keyword into your comment so I could search randomly, put it into the random comment generator, and I've got the winners. So let's start with the Perfect Pumpkin. So this is the Perfect Pumpkin. You're going to receive the hard copy cardstock pattern in the mail. And the winner for this is Reader 1869. So congratulations. If you comment on this video, or if you want to send me an Instagram, I'm on Instagram, you can send me a message privately there and send me your address. I will get this out in the mail to you. Perfect time of year. Fall is coming soon, so you can stitchy stitchy. Congratulations. The next one is Honey Bunny. This is a very Valentine-y theme. And the winner for this is Donette. Oh, so hi Donette. Thank you so much for commenting. And I'm really excited that you won this pattern. So send me your address. I might already have it in my Etsy shop, but send it to me anyway, just so that I have it. And I will get this out in the mail to you. Congratulations. And then last, but certainly not least, Mary Mary. This is the ornament that's hanging up here. This will be fun for Christmas. And the winner of this is Amy Swihart 7283. So congratulations, ladies. Thank you so much for commenting and for supporting my channel. Thank you to all of you for that. It really means a lot to me to be able to have community, even though we can't be in person all the time. To have community and friends and just kinship over this hobby that we love so much. So thank you for hanging out with me. I am going to start with another, or after that, I'm going to continue with another giveaway. I have released a new pattern and I will share it with you. It is called Beach Days. So let me show it to you stitched up. Isn't that so cute? I absolutely love it. So inspiration for this is obviously summer vacations with my family. We live in Michigan, and you don't have to live in Michigan for a lighthouse, but there's lots of lighthouses around the globe. And I just wanted to throw that in for that nautical theme. I love this big whale. I'm obsessed with this watercolor, which is Island Breeze by Weeks Dye Works. I found that and I was like, oh, this has to be the watercolor. Yeah, so this is a standard 8x8 frame that I purchased on Amazon, and I made sure that the pattern, when it was finished, would fit, you know, in a standard frame so that I didn't have to go get a special frame to fit it. And then these starfish also were just an Amazon purchase. It came with like some sea glass, which I was thinking about putting on here, but once I had the two starfish on, that was enough for me. So lots of soft colors, a little seagull on the umbrella. And I love that swirly sun. Such fun colors. That was my favorite part of this design, was just all the soft beachy colors. So if you are interested in a copy of Beach Days, this is again, it's on a glossy hard cardstock. And it's got your colors, all the information you need. The pattern on the inside has got color. Just put the word beach in your comment. And I'm going to give away 2 of these. So I will give away 2 Beach Days patterns, my next Flosstube, and just put the word beach in your comment and I'll do a random comment picker. So these will also be available in my Etsy shop, which is, I'll put the information below if you're interested there. And then if you'd like your local stitchy shop to support your local stitchy shop, just ask them to contact me and then I can send it directly through them. So can't wait to see who wins next time. I'm going to say like 3-4 weeks and I'll give away that one. Okay, let's talk some quick life updates. Wow, so much has happened. I went on vacation with my family to Port Austin, Michigan, which is literally right at the top of the thumb. And we had a lot of fun. We had some beach time. It was actually a funny story. My brother and his family have a camper, and they were planning to camp at the campground. They had this beautiful site, like back right up to the beach. It was like the coveted site of the campground, and they'd been trying to get it for years. So they have this site, and then the rest of us were at an Airbnb. It was me and my mom. Matt had to stay home this trip. He had to work. He worked so hard. So he wasn't able to go with us as planned. So Matt stayed home, and it ended up just being me and my mom. And we're driving up to the Airbnb that day, and we're all excited, and we get a call from my brother and sister-in-law that the camper lights aren't working. Like, you know, the backup lights and the brake lights were not working on the camper. And so they worked on it for a couple hours, and there was just no way. And this time of year, you know, all the shops are very busy with repairs, and so we're like, come on up, stay in the Airbnb. So it ended up being all of us in this Airbnb, which was lovely. It was beautiful. It was right on the water. It was right on Lake Huron. And it was my brother, his wife, and then my nephew and my niece, and me and my mom. So we had a lot of fun. We had ice cream. We went and played putt-putt. We had a nice beach day. It was really a good time. So that was fun. And then wedding planning. My sisters finally got on my rear end about starting a wedding plan. So I've been talking about wedding plans a lot. I actually just booked the venue, and we've picked our date. It's going to be in next October. So I've got the date and I've got the venue, and then it worked out wonderful that one of my sister's friends is a really talented videographer. So I've got her booked. So I feel like that's major progress for me. Still a lot to do, you know, photographer, DJ, and catering, all of those things, but it feels good to have the date picked and to have the venue reserved, because, man, I mean, some of these places that I called, they're booked like 2-3 years in advance, so I'm glad we got that done. Other than that, getting ready for fall. All my little nieces and nephews are back to school tomorrow and Tuesday. I think Armada starts Monday, and Shelby Township starts Tuesday, so everybody's very excited to get back into the routine and meet their teachers. So that's all a lot of fun. Let's get into the stitching. So I'm going to share my whips. I will say that beach days took a huge amount of my time, just because of the designing process and the stitching. So that was my biggest accomplishment, but I did get stitching in on quite a few other pieces. So I think I have enough to share. Let's start. So the first one is the Cubs logo. So I am a diehard Detroit Tiger fan, but Matt is a Cubs fan. And I saw this, and he just wants it so bad. He wants to hang it in his office. It is by stitchuniverse.com. And it's really nice because they offer 3 different patterns. I think there's like a 50 by 50, a 75 by 75, and a 100 by 100. So you can kind of choose, you know, how big you want to go with it. I did the 75 by 75. I am stitching this on 32 count white, 2 over 2. And I thought it'd be fun this time too. I think I'm going to try and insert it over here if I can technically figure that out. I'm going to insert a picture over here of where it was last time while I'm showing you the progress this time. So here is where I got to. I did a bunch of fill-in around here in the blue. I don't think I did any more of the red, but just a lot of fill-in in the blue. I had prepared it for StitchCon, so I already had it all framed out, and I just went to town filling it in. So this is fun. It's a cute piece. I think he'll like it a lot. He wants to put it in his office, and I think that's very sweet that he even cares about my cross stitch. So I've got to indulge. Okay, next I'm going to insert first a picture here of this pattern. This is Cinderella. It's by Soda Stitch, and Soda Stitch has several princess bookmarks on their Etsy shop. They have Rapunzel and Snow White, and I think Jasmine, maybe Ariel, but Ariel had purple hair. So they just, I mean, go check them out. They've got a bunch of them. And I found these really cool bookmarks on Amazon to stitch them on. So first I'll insert a picture of the pattern here. So that's the pattern. I'll insert a picture over here of where I was last time. And here's where I am now. So I made a lot of progress on this one, and it's just so much fun to see her coming together, to see the shades coming together. Soda Stitch is very much realistic. There's going to be backstitch in this, which I talked a little bit about in my last video. I'm not a huge backstitch fan, but I'm ready and I'm willing because it just looks so realistic when it's done. So I got a lot of her blue in the dress done, and this one's fun because I actually stitched with this in hand, right? So it's, you know, not having I use a Baby Z lap frame and a Q-snap and all that. So it's kind of like a different stitching experience when I'm stitching on Cinderella. But I love these bookmarks that I found on Amazon. They have these embroidered edges and they have a ton of different colors which match the different princesses. So my goal is to do them all. That's the plan. Okay, next, My Home in the Garden. So this started as a stitch along with me and Betsy Klager and Nikki Noodle. They both finished it long ago, and I'm talking like years ago, like a year ago. And then I went to StitchCon and I met a bunch of new friends, and Janice is one of the friends I met from Alabama, and we decided we're going to continue stitching this as a salad together. So she got her stuff and she started it and inspired me to get in gear on this one. And I mentioned in my last video that I did restart this one. I wanted a really bright white fabric, and the fabric I had chose last time was more like a creamy kind of off-white color, and the colors are just so vibrant in this. I really wanted just a pure white background. So I did restart it, and I restarted in the lower right corner. And I will put a picture here again of where I was last time. And here I am now. So this one is a lot of fun, and it's really coming together beautifully. This color conversion was done by Nikki Noodle. I did change a few of them, but the majority of them I stayed with. I think I only changed 1 or 2 of her conversion threads. But I love it. I love those blue flowers in the grass. I love the flower popping up from the ground. It's just all coming together so beautifully. So this is a fun one. This was a hard one to put down. I really, really love the colors in this piece. So me and Janice are going to continue stitching, and we're going to try and get it done by StitchCon next year. Right, Janice? We'll see. Okay, next, this is Around the World in 80 Days. And I got this at Keepsakes when I was at StitchCon this past summer. And the picture of this on the wall, I'll insert a picture of it here. Was very different. So they took out the Around the World in 80 Days and replaced it with the alphabet. And there are little things I noticed, like the weather vane on top of the house they left out. They changed some colors in this big house over here. So I thought it was fun to see the creative liberty with the pattern. I'm going to keep all the colors and the pattern the same, except for I'm taking out these words, and I'm going to replace this little do-jobby there. I think that might be like the platform that the balloon took off of. I'm going to replace it with a sheep. So I am stitching mine on 32 count American Chestnut, and I'm stitching it 2 over 2. And let me show you where I got to. This one I've just been going to town. Again, I'll put a picture over here in this corner of where I was last time. And now you can see where I'm at this time. So much fun. I am changing the colors a little bit. The water called for Mountain Mist, and my Mountain Mist was really, really green. There was no blue in it at all. So, you know, I think that's probably just like changes over the years or different dye lots, different skeins. And so I wanted that blue water like I saw in the pattern. So I changed that to Crystal Lake by Weeks Dye Works. And so far, everything else is the same. Oh, I did change. This is supposed to be eggshell, and I changed it to B5200 because I just love a bright white to pop on a pattern. So I got a couple of the sheep in and the tree. This is the edge of the pattern right here. This one is just so fun. I didn't want to put it away. It's not a tough pattern to follow. I love building a house. I love the little sheep. I just think it's a really, really fun, like, summery scene. I love it. So I'm looking forward to that. The alphabet, I think I'm going to try and just copy the alphabet from the picture that I showed you. Because I think I can make it out, you know, can chart it out from that. And I think that's going to look really cute. Really, really cute. So I'm excited about that one. maybe I'll stitch on that one tonight. Okay, next is Things Unseen by Lizzie Kate. So this was a mystery sampler, I think, back in 2014. My sweet friend Trisha on Instagram, hi Trisha, she gifted me this. All 3 patterns and the fabric, just so sweet, and the charms that came with it. And this was a unicorn pattern for me. I absolutely love it. I love the colors in it, those flowers, so pretty. So I started it on the called for Wren. And I think, again, it's just like how the lighting is, right? Like Wren is actually a pretty dark fabric. And this to me looked just like so light and bright that I really wanted the look here. So I restarted. How many have I said I've restarted now? Like 3, 4? I can't even keep track. Anyway, I restarted it and I got a new fabric I had never tried. It is 36 count Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And let me show you where I got to. I started in the bottom right hand corner and there's where I am. And I love this. For me, like in person, in my home where I'm gonna hang it, this was just a much lighter fabric and really made it look like it did on the front of the pattern for me. So I did not mind restarting. It's a big piece, so it's gonna be an investment of time, right? We're talking like, wow, big piece. So if I'm gonna work on a piece and it's special to me or it's really large, I'm totally okay with the restart just to make sure it looks how I want it. So I gotta do some more on that one. This is such a fun one. Thank you again, Trisha. I really cherish it. I'm very excited to keep working on it. Okay, next. This is Faith, Hope, Peace, and Love, and this is by Teresa Kogut. For those of you who are new here, I mentioned in my last video that my friend, the Kindred Stitcher, Lisa the Kindred Stitcher on Instagram, finished this piece, and she changed colors, she changed fabric, and this piece had just not spoken to me. Like I had seen it come out and I was like, oh, that's cute. But Lisa's changes just, I fell in love. And so I am copying with pride Lisa's changes, her fabric. Most of her thread conversion that she shared with us, there's a couple that were specialty threads, no longer, out in production. So I made a couple of substitutions there. And I decided, I just love this man and woman up here. It's just such a sweet little thing. But I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a memorial sampler for my grandparents, Fred and Lolly. My grandma passed away this year and my grandfather passed away in 2022. So I thought, I could put here beloved grandparents, Fred and Lolly. I thought that would be really pretty. So my original plan was I am going to stitch on this every day and do a little at a time. And I kind of got off track with that because of the beach days design. But now that I'm kind of back into my regular swing, I'm going to try it. I have 2 of those stands that I mentioned, and I'm just going to keep this one like in a hoop on the stand so that I can, work on that first. Ooh, I think I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So I can work on that first and then move on to my other projects I want to work on for the day. So like I mentioned, this is on a different fabric than called for. This is on 36 count Eucalyptus by Fox and Rabbit. I will insert a picture of where I was last time. Ooh, and here is where I am now. So I worked over here and I did this little star design, and then I started filling out more of this grass, which is a lot of fun. It's just, diagonals of X's, which is so sweet. It looks so sweet when it's all together. Just such a beautiful pattern. I love it so much. So I really need to start putting in some more daily work on this one because, again, this one is huge, which is good that I like my fabric. Otherwise, I'll restart. I mean, it's really big. But isn't that a beautiful color? And here again, and I mentioned this in my last video too, eucalyptus, like if you go online and look at it, it looks nothing in the pictures online like it does in person. Like this is, I guess the best way I can describe it, it's like a light blue gray. And the pictures that I've seen online so far, it's very like dark green looking. So I love this fabric. I'm in love with this fabric. I think I'm gonna work on this one tonight too. I'm in the mood. Okay, and my last whip, what you'll notice is I had startitis so bad in my last video. And I have, like, this is my spreadsheet and I have all of the the items that I want to start, all the patterns I want to start, and I've got them prioritized and all these things. And I bought a bunch of stuff at StitchCon, and I was like, I'm going to start it all. But I kind of quenched my startitis with beach days, you know, having to design that and get it done, and I wanted to get it stitched up. I wasn't in the mood to start anything new. So I made a lot of progress on whips, and I'm loving it at the moment. So I'm gonna try to keep going on them, but don't hold me to that. Okay, the last one I have to share with you today is United We Stand by Teresa Kogut. I bought this several years ago. It's such a beautiful pattern. I grossly underestimated how many stitches. I mean, these dresses are intense with the stitches, but so worth it. So I made changes to this. This pattern is charted in DMC. I changed this blue to blue corn. I changed this red to cayenne. And I changed the hair, I think, to cocoa, maybe Weeks Dye Works cocoa, because I wanted her to have brown hair like me. Yeah, so I just thought if I'm going to be stitching this mega dress, I'm going to use some fancy floss so, like, you know, I can see a little variegation. So I am stitching mine on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I made a lot of progress on it. I'm going to insert a picture of where I was last time next to me. And here's where I got to. Oh, isn't it so sweet? And now I'm so glad for the super tall ladies because the dresses are just gorgeous. I just filled in and filled in and filled in, and I should count to see how many. Very, very stitch heavy, but doesn't it look so good with her dress done? And I already have ideas of how I want to finish this. I have like it's like a frame, and it's got like a tin backing, and I want to like put this on as a magnet and then have maybe like some bunting or something. I just think that will look so pretty. So I was getting excited. I was stitching on this one this morning, as a matter of fact. I was getting really excited about the finish. And when you can see like how you want to fully finish it in your mind, it even takes the inspiration to the next level for me. So that is all my stitching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. I'm going to read the happy card, and believe it or not, we are at the very last card in the I Am Everything happy card deck. I can't believe it's been 30 floss tubes. I've read one of these at the end of each of my floss tubes, the last 30 of them, and yeah, it just puts that in perspective. So I already have another card deck that I found that I'm going to purchase because I just like these kind of uplifting ends to the video. The other thing I should say too, Melissa's whip parade. So my sister still is going to do her whip parade. Life has been super hectic. She has a brand new driver. They had multiple camps this year. She was tutoring over the summer, vacations, and now she's back to school. So she's been working in her classroom. So when things calm down just a little bit, you know, maybe in the next couple of months here, I'll make sure that I drag her in front of the camera for her whip parade because I want to see them all too. Okay, this card is I Am Perceptive, number 30. My intuition is powerful. When I am unsure, my intuition is sure. I strengthen my intuition by trusting it and responding to its impulses. I am perceptive. How interesting, and such an important thing to do in your life. Like I always say it like to my family, like sometimes in certain situations, or I just get like a bad vibe. You know, it's like a vibe or an aura or something that you can just feel it, you know. And then sometimes I have a really good feeling or a really good vibe about something, and I trust my intuition a lot. And most of the time it hasn't led me astray. So I think that's very powerful to remember, to trust your own intuition, to trust your gut feelings, and it won't lead you in the wrong direction. So thanks for joining me again, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by. I always appreciate the comments and the friendship that is formed on Flosstube. It's a really wonderful thing. So until I see you next time, I'm going to come back in 1 month. When I come back in 1 month, I'll do the giveaway for beach days. I'll do 2 of them, and then hopefully I'll have a lot more stitching to share with you. So until then, take care. Happy stitching. Bye.